Hello and welcome to What's On. I'm Jasmine Sahu and this is your daily guide to all the amazing things going on in Sheffield. From arts to sport, charity to music, you can find it all here at 6:04 p.m, 5 days a week on Sheffield Live TV. I've got a very interesting mix for you this evening. Joining me on the sofa I have Professor Barry Hancock, Chairman of Fortress, a local charity organisation supporting the Rowan, a school catering for children with special needs. He's going to be telling us all about what Fortress aims to do and their latest fundraising campaign. We'll also be seeing an interview with Matt Heeson, the organiser of ShAFF, the Sheffield Adventure Film Festival, about what's coming up in this year's event. First though, let's take a quick peek at what's going on in arts and culture. Opening on Wednesday the 18th of March, we have Love Me Slender by Vanessa Brooks at the Lantern Theatre. If you didn't see our feature on Lantern Theatre, head over to YouTube to take a look and whet your appetite for this amazing venue. If you're interested in history, there's a lunchtime talk at Weston Park Museum, The Countryside at War, 1914 to 1918. That's tomorrow between 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. And in a similar vein, Painted Fabrics, the residential home in Meadowhead, will be holding a talk about the history of the home, particularly about how it was established to help wounded soldiers from the First World War. You can find them on Little Norton Drive and the talk starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Remember, up until 2018, it is the centenary of World War I, so talks like this and the one at Weston Park are going to be plentiful. Quite a historical lineup for you there. Now let's check out a different kind of stage act with our live music listings. The insanely young and talented Kieran Leonard will be playing at the Harley tonight. His debut album, Bowler Hat Soup, had rave reviews and interestingly was released as a limited edition vinyl in 2013. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. and tickets are £7. If classical music is more your thing, however, Sheffield City Hall has just the show for you. La Traviata is on tomorrow evening at 7:30 p.m. Verdi's operatic phenomenon tells the story of a courtesan called Violetta and includes the infamous drinking song Brindisi. Tickets are available from the box office and range in price from £16. And finally, looking ahead to the end of this month, we're going to have Toddler Tea playing at Bungalows and Bears on Division Street on Saturday the 28th of March. As you might expect, this Sheffield artist is massively popular amongst the home crowd, so keep an eye out for more details if you want to get in to see him. The Sheffield Adventure Film Festival, or ShAFF, is celebrating its 10th birthday this year, an amazing achievement. Every year it has been bringing us the very best of films about mountain climbing, hang gliding, biking, fell running and anything else particularly spectacular and extreme. To find out what is in store for this year's festival, our reporter Jamie Veach spoke with Matt Heeson, their chief organiser.
Welcome to ShAFF. Who's coming to ShAFF this year? Everyone comes to ShAFF, don't they?
For those who've never been to ShAFF, what's it all about?
Oh, what's ShAFF? It's a celebration of the outdoors on film, basically. It's a weekend event at the Showroom Cinema in Sheffield, so starts Friday evening at about 7 o'clock, runs through till about 10 o'clock Sunday night. We've got, I think, 118 films, and they range in time from about a minute long to an hour and a half. But anything from rock climbing to mountain biking to canoeing to well, you name it, pretty much any outdoor sport is covered. But we've also got environmental films and all sorts of other stuff as well. We categorise the films to make it a bit easier to choose what you want to go and see. One of the new ones for this year is made in Sheffield. There are enough films now being made either within Sheffield or the surrounding Peak District, or made by people who live here, that's kind of our definition, that we've been able to put a full segment together, so that's about an hour and a half.
And as well as the films, ShAFF also includes all sorts of fringe activities. What's happening this year?
Well, we've got speakers. There's always speakers at ShAFF. We're really excited. One of the films that we're showing is a film called Finding Traction, which is about an American ultra runner called Nikki Kimball, who made an attempt last year on the Long Trail, which is the oldest trail in America, 273 miles. Running for 273 miles, I can run quite a long way, but I can't fathom that. And she's flying over to the festival, and she's going to be giving a lecture on the Saturday evening. There's the industry hangout, which is an opportunity for sponsors, filmmakers, athletes, etc. to all get together in a room, have a drink, have some nibbles and network and talk. So that went really well last year. We're repeating it. For the last 2 years we've run the Red Bull Cityscape over at the amphitheatre above Sheffield train station. Red Bull have brought along some of their athletes for the past 2 years with a big screen and put on a free event where people can just sit on the amphitheatre and watch films and listen to the athletes. This year we've got none other than Danny McCaskill coming along. Dan McCaskill's videos have received 120 million hits on YouTube, so if you haven't heard of him, then you probably actually have, you just can't put his name to his face. But he shot to fame about 4 years ago with a little film called Inspired Bicycles, I think, which was of him clowning around in Edinburgh on his bike, riding off bus shelters and over castle walls and so on. And I think Red Bull picked him up, and I've put at least one, if not two, films out each year since then. And he's an internet sensation, and he's pretty hot on a mountain bike as well. So he'll be there on the Sunday at the amphitheatre, I think between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, being interviewed and showing some of his films on the big screen.
ShAFF also supports charities and gets involved with community activities. What are you supporting this year?
Yeah, well, Edale Mountain Rescue Team are always there. The showroom, of course, is a registered charity, so it's supporting that. And it's no coincidence that I'm wearing this T-shirt, which is the Sheffield Helipad Appeal. This is the Sheffield Hospitals charity. We set up a partnership with those guys last year, and we've continued the partnership this year.
So a massive programme at ShAFF this year in its 10th year, and we could go on as well in terms of more about the films and the other activities. Best way for people to see what's going on is to take a look at the website and take a look at the ShAFF trailer itself as well.
Yeah, I mean, the website is pretty comprehensive. There's an awful lot of information on there. We've kind of gone to great lengths to try and make it as understandable as possible. But in fact, I've written a blog which is going live later this morning, which is my pick of the festival for anyone who's kind of wondering what to go and see. So yeah, it's just shaff.co.uk.
I keep my head above the water. It's just enough space for me to breathe. And since the day I surrendered, I can't shake the sinking feeling. I'm gonna catch you out someday, before we're so old and so grey.
So that was Jamie Veach talking with Matt Heeson about the Sheffield Adventure Film Festival, which starts this Friday the 20th of March and runs until Sunday at the Showroom Cinema. Now, what better way to follow up ShAFF than with our sport listings for this week? In the South Yorkshire Netball Association Winter League, Division 3 is playing tomorrow. High Green 2, who are second in the league table, are playing their hosts Meersbrook. Division 3 of the Combined Badminton Plastics League are also playing on Wednesday. Get along to Wisewood's home ground if you want to see them take on the Sheffield Forum team. And now for one for our mature viewers. Beechif Golf Club are having a senior men's medal competition on Wednesday. This is an 18-hole round for men over 55 only, which is free to enter, and the winners will receive medals and a place in the seniors medal final in September. There are so many ways to get out doing things in Sheffield. If it isn't sport, maybe it could be through one of our community listings coming up next. If you're into horticulture, there's a talk on the wildflowers of the Peak District at Wadsley Parish Church Hall tonight at 7:30 p.m. Led by Patrick Harding, the event is free to members and membership is just £2 a year. Fancy joining in with others to tackle issues of climate change and pollution? Then why not pop down to the Sheffield Climate Alliance meeting tomorrow, Tuesday the 17th of March at the Quaker Meeting House. Newcomers are welcome and the meeting starts at 7 p.m. And lastly, a pick from the ongoing Festival of Science and Engineering. Head to Sheffield Central Library on Wednesday the 18th of March for the Save Energy, Money and Fuel and Promote Healthy Living talk. There's one at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and entry is free to all. That's it for listings tonight, but there'll be plenty more on the way tomorrow. Now on today's programme, I'll be speaking with Professor Barry Hancock, the chairman of FOTRIS, that's Friends of the Rowan School to you and me. The Rowan is a school that caters for children with special needs, based in Dore, and FOTRIS is the charity that supports it. Thank you for joining us tonight on the programme, Barry. Welcome to Sheffield Live.
Lovely to be here.
Before we go any further, can you just tell us about the Rowan? Sort of what does it offer for children?
Well, the Rowan's a special school. It's for primary age children, and it's a school for children who have autism and related disorders.
Yes. And how does it help children with those kind of difficulties?
Well, if you could imagine that a child who has problems communicating, who can't socialise, whose behaviour might be affected by that difficulty in communication, who needs to learn and to interact, then you've got the Rowan School.
Yeah. How many children does the school cater for?
At the moment, it's I think it's 69, but they're going up in number because they are so good.
Yes. Where do they come from? Is it just local children?
They're Sheffield children. It's a Sheffield school. The children are collected if they live outside the area that they're collected by transport and brought in every day and taken home.
Absolutely. So how does FOTRIS fit into that picture?
Well, the Friends was set up originally by a couple of folk who had children attending the school, and they got a group together and it became the Friends of the Rowan School, which is a charity. And what the charity does is try to do the little bit extras. So, just for example, trying to maintain their music program, because music, as you know, is it's wonderful for children who can't communicate. It makes them socialise better, brings them into the world, into the real world. And of course, the other thing we like to do is to try and get them out and about.
Yeah.
So we've one of our visions is to try and foster those things that get the children out of the school into the rounds or around about Sheffield and the environment.
So who is FOTRIS now? Is it still run by parents?
It's not. I came into it not knowing anything about autism or the related disorders, and likewise for my colleagues. They are there because they're passionately wanting to help these children.
Yeah. So what kind of projects have your fundraising activities already helped to support?
Well, the best examples, which have been fundraised for by the team in the time that I've been the chairman, a log cabin, an outside classroom for the children in the grounds so they can have their lessons outside. And the other thing, which is most recent and most spectacular, is the yurt.
The yurt?
A yurt, yes. Now, do you know what a yurt is, Jasmine?
I have no idea what a yurt is.
A yurt was originated in Central Asia. And it was the Mongols, the nomadic tribes, and they used to create mobile homes. So it's like a tent, and it would be covered with furs or skins or fabrics. And of course it's not now, of course it's made of durable plastic material.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. It's a tented dwelling, and it's kept warm, there's heating inside, so the children can go, for example, they could have a weekend away with the security of having the team that looks after them.
Yeah, so
They can't do that because, you know, even a night away from home is a major enterprise for them. So the yurt is up and running, and it's I'm told it's that the children are loving it.
Absolutely, teaching them a kind of independence from home.
Independence, again, social interaction.
Yeah. So what's your current fundraising goal?
Well, the music programme is obviously a priority all the time. But what we want to do is that these children need to get out and about, and they do that very well. We're trying to get them a second minibus, and we have one which was purchased by the Variety Club 9 years ago, I think, and the school is getting bigger, the children are getting more active, they want to get more out and around, so we would like to encourage it. So that is our aim, our big project for the next 12 to 18 months.
And what kind of things are you doing to raise that money?
All sorts. People are very generous. I mean, they do give very spontaneously. But specifically, we have concerts and events that people put on. Usually people from the outside who know one of us and say, can we help? So, for example, on July the 4th, we have Worrell Male Voice Choir coming to sing at Millhouse's Methodist Church, and the proceeds from that concert will come to the Rowan through the Friends.
And just lastly, how can our viewers help support Fortress and the Rowan if they want to?
Get on to our website and donate.
And that would be www.fortress.org.uk, yes?
You are wonderful, yes.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for coming on the programme with us today. I'm always liking to promote the kind of charities that we have in Sheffield to tell people more about what's happening in the city and what kind of things that they can get involved with helping with. So just to reiterate, if you would like to support the work of Fortress and contribute to the new minibus for the Rowan, then simply go to www.fortress.org.uk and click on Donate. Now we come to the part of tonight's show where we look at what's on social media. So I've been on and I've had a look at Fortress, and you are on Twitter.
Yes.
But it's actually a tool that you haven't seemed to use very much. You've only got 9 followers at the moment.
Fine.
So anybody out there who wants to keep an eye on Fortress and what they're doing, you can follow them at Fortress_Sheffield. So let's try and bump those numbers up together. I've also been checking out some of the other things I've mentioned tonight. So we've got Jay Platt, that's at Jay Platt UK, who says, "Way hey, Kieran Leonard at Missy This at the Harley tonight. He was an unexpected highlight of at EOTR last year, so I'm pretty excited." So if you want to go and see that, remember you can go and see that at the Harley this evening. That's it for What's On tonight. If you have an event that you want to tell us about, please email us on whatson@sheffieldlive.org, or you can contact us via Facebook or Twitter at Sheffield Live, or use the hashtag What'sOnSheffield. Tomorrow we'll be back with more details about what's happening around Sheffield, and coming up next on Sheffield Live we have our daily news programme, so stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.